of them, out of control.
Yeah, thanks for another great season. Season 57 complete. We got all these hurdles to get past now.
All these hurdles, yeah, we're gonna hear about some of them, I guess. I'm out of the loop. You know, I used to tune into your stream all the time. It's something I wanted to mention in general. You can learn a lot if Pixel's streaming and you hop in there and see kind of what he's talking about, what he's working on, what's coming next, all sorts of stuff. So I'm way out of the loop.
Yeah, I've been streaming more, so that's getting the message out there more and meeting a lot of the newer faces in the community. So that's been fun. Are you putting me on stream?
I'm going to, yeah.
My face?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a TikTok update. I'm just not going to stream on TikTok because there's an update. I got Windows updates. All this stuff happens right before, anyway.
Oh, yeah. They totally dropped a Windows update just for you.
Yep. You have the questions that are coming in too?
I have everything, yeah. I'm good to go. Yeah, I'll like start with like a little opener once you put my face on the screen, and then it'll help clarify some of the questions I'm seeing, and we'll move on from there.
Yeah, I thought I had a thing, but I don't, so.
Look at all those helicopters.
I know, right?
They're helicopters coming in. And UFOs.
There it is. I found you.
Oh, you found me.
I found him. There he is, guys. Okay, so, wait, real quick. Ball Cision. I just do one race, the winner, and then we go do the Ball Cision?
Yeah. So you do one race. This is what I do on my stream, and we'll probably do this after as well for Community Day that I've been rebirthing.
I saw the title that one day, and I was like, Or no, you were working on the tower, and I was like, wait. And it said, like, Community Day Tower or whatever, so I was like, oh, is he gonna... You know?
Yes, we did 3 weeks so far, so this will be for week 4.
Nice.
But yeah, we do ball decisions. So you do a race, and then whoever wins, if the person chimes in, because you need an account to claim, and then you go on to the ball decision race for them. And I've been doing it on Marble Adventure. It's pretty good.
Marble Adventure.
Balls and go.
That's a great one.
Yeah. And I find it also sets a nice pace. Like, you're not just trying to hammer out races. Like, you're kind of enjoying the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then that also means we can juice up the prize structure as we go forward, because we're not pumping out as much and we're enjoying the adventure together.
True. It really gives that personal feeling too, you know? I'm like hunting that more these days.
Yeah.
Even though it just singles one person out, but then like everybody wants to be that one person, you know?
Exactly. And then you also get a moment with that person if they they have attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really good. Okay, so let me just open up. Of course, everybody, thank you for another great season. Thanks for all the support through the game. Thanks for supporting your streamers. We've tried the new drops stuff, right, where you sub for the rewards. We've been doing that. I think we've done it 4 times now. Great success, obviously. It's supporting the streamers, and we love incentivizing that. So that's been a great feature from Twitch. And we're going to continue going all weekend with it, actually, with Squad Fest. So if you're around for the weekend, dive into Squad Fest, support your streamers, and that'll be category-wide, those drops. So yes, Squad Fest is going on, but also anybody streaming in the category can ride those drops as well. Okay, so I made the announcement in Discord already, just to kind of put it out there. But yeah, next season, season 58, will not contain the new system. So that means the new energy system, not next season, and that means like converting the game to like all the new data sets and taking the next step for platform expansion, all that stuff is like we're set back. So that means race pass setback, mission expansion setback. So like it just breeds into all the different components of it. So there's a lot of questions regarding those things. So you just have to set it back a season. If there's stuff about YouTube, you know, like TikTok and all that stuff, we can't get to that point until we get the new system out. So I'm just like, there's no point talking about that because we're talking 2-3 seasons out.
Okay.
Of like the format of how Twitch or how like YouTube racing will layer with Twitch because we're not even there yet.
Well, that gives me time.
Yeah.
Streamers, it gives you time to prepare yourselves for what's to come.
One last season. I mean, like we were days away, so like we made the decision to delay it. So there should be no reason, unless any major curveballs come in play, for it to be delayed another season afterwards. So I'm willing to say 58 will be locked in with the update. Or sorry, 59. Sorry, 59 will be locked in with the update for the the data system and the new energy being rotated in, which then lines us up for all the cool stuff afterwards. So yeah, just another hurdle, but that happens in development, so we just have to work with it. So I guess that's the Band-Aid.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
For me, I mean,
do you want to run the first race, or do you want me to like hammer through?
Yeah, we could. Well, I got the timer going, so we'll. Do you want to take a break during the race, or do you want to just keep yapping? I don't care either way.
It's up to you. I mean, I don't have a live feed to the race, so it's hard for me to.
Yeah, just keep yapping.
Lock in on it.
It's okay.
There's a mention about our token. Like the value's gone down. So is there plans to try and keep it up or whatever? I mean, we don't pump it or anything. It is what it is. It's a tool for the community to tap into and use accordingly. We do have plans to mint another collection, another Morbius collection. So if you're interested in that, that'll probably be in a few months. And yeah, we'll just keep doing stuff on that side and plugging away. There are features to the website that will come in and we'll probably start tapping in a little bit more, but it's all just every like the amount of stuff that is reliant on the new system is astronomical. Like we're talking mission expansion. So like expanding on the data that we use for missions is part of that expansion, right? So then we're talking energy, we're talking race pass. All these things connect to the new system and is intended to be run by that. So if the new system's not out, we can't verify that and then take the next steps. So that's kind of why it's like, it's frustrating to make these announcements, obviously. And it's obviously you guys are like, every time we come up to another season, it's like, oh, maybe it's going to come out. And then it's not. So
yeah,
I understand. But that's just like, it is literally the bridge to everything else. Dude, is that crooked? How did that get crooked?
You tell me. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen this. Maybe it's happened, but I've never like noticed it.
Who put those all out of whack? Yeah, so that's where like the token is.
But what I'm hearing is that when that does happen, there's gonna be a whole mess of stuff that.
There's so much, dude. Like I can't even express to you how much. Just like talking about the new system and kind of like. Because it's running right now, right? It's running behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You logged in with it, like with this season, you logged in with it. So we tested a new login system. All the data that we're able to tap into, there's a lot more. So we have race by race data. We'll be able to provide information going forward. Like I would love to get out a dashboard for streamers to see like your top racers, like what's your favorite race? What is the loadout that people wear the most? Like we have this kind of data.
It's cool.
At least not the full loadout. We have the skin. Like we're starting to track the skin and how much points those skins earn. So we could do skin leaderboards. That's something I wanted to get to years ago, and now that's kind of being enabled. Hodel Hill takes the win.
Like skin leaderboards, like which skin is used the most?
So like we could have a streamer skin leaderboard.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like
So we could say
Pachinko did or whatever. Like,
no.
sorry, go ahead.
So it would be like your skin could earn points. So anytime somebody wins a race with your skin on, it would earn points.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And then we can show that as a leaderboard. We could do that with any type of skin. We could do that with flag skins. And so I think like there's just a lot more opportunity there to tap into this stuff. Also in the new system, we've built in the tech to handle multiple loadouts so that you could, for example, maybe you can equip multiple loadouts and then access them when you're racing on stream, right? So then you could be like, I want to race with loadout 1 or 2 or whatever. Like for you as a racer, so you could equip more and you spend less time in the app customizing. So that's like just another example of like the power that the new system has, but that's why it needs to get out.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, even though it's like delayed, I just DM'd you, by the way. I don't like we could do that if okay. You know, even though there's a delay, we're gonna get blasted with so much just because the delay is holding back so much or whatever, or just because that one update is holding back so much.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right, ball station time for Hoddle Hill. So this will be a simulated race. After every winner, we do a simulated race. We got all these ball decisions here that Pixel has made up for us, 82 of them. So I'll just
82 seems. Oh yeah, I doubled them. Never mind. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Should I do 82 or should I double?
Yeah, you're
the
fine.
Amount? Okay.
You're fine.
Okay, 82. So Hoddle Hill gets whatever the decision is. Really? That's it, right? Easy peasy?
Yeah. Yeah, I just normally do it on Marvel Adventure.
Oh, okay. We can do that. That's cool.
It's a better. I think like I find it a better emotional experience.
Definitely. That's why I like to do the alienated, you know, for the for the bracket sometimes.
Oh yeah, for the ending.
Yeah, are you just going through these? Do you want me to do anything? Guys, make sure
I'm going through. I'm just kind of like giving space for you to chime in as well. And
okay, no doubt. Yeah, if you guys want to ask Pixel a question, throw them into the redeem I got there. The redeem is right under the chat box. It costs 1. Make it a good one.
Okay, so the next question is actually related to the outages that have been happening recently. Like there's races just failing, points not landing. We actually haven't spent much time investigating it, but it's connected to our currentend running system. So the new system fixes this. That's the initial. But our backend provider had a couple outages like 2 days ago, and we think it's just having residual like impact because nothing changed on the system that's running. So it's either just overloaded from too many things going on, which is highly unlikely just based off what I'm seeing. But yeah, that's most likely it. It's just there's outages, and so our system felt it. And so that's just another reason that our new system needs to come into place because we have more, I guess, control over it. So it'll just run better. Like you experienced those, right? It's really like people just not getting points, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, even sometimes I think it says sometimes it doesn't say anything, and then sometimes it says they get points, but they don't get it, I guess, on their app or I don't know, something.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's been really weird, like the last, like 4 days, I think. So yeah, like we just have to get the new system out because it replaces a lot of these problems. And just solidifies the system better.
Oh, damn. I thought 150 marble money was going to sneak in for the win. 30 TC, though. I'll write these down, and then... Or I don't know how you want to do it. I can send them off to TR later.
I'm not doing it live.
Okay. GG's Hoddle Hill 30 tournament coins. I can just exit right out of this. Boop, 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 boop. We will do. Oh, I got to remember to change this back, right? Well, I guess I can do it here. Marble Adventure. Make sure to change this back. Did you do Marble Adventure like nonstop, like for this race too? For the
No, I do. So I do a community race to pick a player, to pick a
Gotcha.
racer, and then this way we see community maps, and then I
Right.
do this for the ball decision.
Cool. All right, exclamation point play. Next one coming up.
Yeah, there's mention for a new NFT collection, or like how can I mint new NFTs? It's like when we launch a collection, that's when you can mint. Currently, there's nothing being minted, but we're targeting maybe Marchish to see the next collection kind of hit ground if everything lines up, because that's more of an art direction. So yeah, just got to put together the stuff. But yeah, just keep your ear to the ground. The Discord is the place to kind of hear about that new stuff, get in the inner marble, because that's where we talk about our Web3 stuff as it kind of builds out.
Why is my P broken?
That's a you problem. Any new building pieces? Yeah, so I actually put a bunch of work into the builder. The construction pieces have been expanded, so that should be fun. There's a lot of like you got your basic shapes like the cylinder. There's the torus, which is like the donut shape, and just a few other shapes. There's some diamonds, 3-sided, 4-sided diamonds. And they all have like simple collisions. So yeah, you can build out your world with those custom colored pieces. And then the flag. The flag that's in race maps, that'll be available in the builder as well. Yeah, that's mainly that. We have nobody's gonna know about this, but just on new features, next season we have bits enabled races coming. So you know how you can launch bit events into Royale? Well, now you're gonna have that in races in a different form. Which I shared a clip with you actually. Do you still have it? Do you want to preview it? Hey, it was in DM, right?
Yeah,
man,
you DM'd it.
Can't realize how much we spam each other.
Yeah.
Where is it? Let me see if I can find it.
Only when there's
Holy
action
cow, bro.
happening, though.
Oh, did I put it in? Did I put it in chat when I shared it with you?
You probably did.
You son of a bee.
It's not even in my history here.
Bro.
Well, just
we weren't
tell them
ready.
about it.
Well, it's so cool to see.
It is.
But yeah, so anyways, when you spend 100 bits in a race, it'll spawn a little meteor at the end bucket, and it'll go towards a random player. And when it hits, it'll do one of 6 abilities to it. So it'll either boost it, thrust it, which is an upwards boost, basically.
Thrust.
There's swap spaces, so like you'll change places with another marble.
Ooh.
Then there was scaling, but I changed that for turning it, I call it iced, and it just puts in like, it makes your marble really slippery. So then that's in there. I think that's it. Oh no, there's another one. What's the other one? Oh, it stops
Boost,
it
thrust,
in place.
swap, and stop.
And then destroy. So yeah, there's 2 more.
destroy.
So that's 6.
Boost, thrust, stop, swap, destroy. That's 5. Boost, thrust, stop, swap.
There's another one.
Destroy. Slow? I don't know. Ice? Oh, you said ice, right?
Did I say? Oh, did you say ice? No.
You said ice.
Yeah,
I
said
just forgot it in my list.
ice. Okay,
What was
so that's
iced
it.
again? What
It
was it?
basically makes your marble very slippery, so like
Makes
it'll act like
sense.
it's on ice.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, those are the initial abilities. So anyways, yeah, so it'll hit a marble, and then that's what could happen. We've seen some wild stuff happen already on our stream, so I expect next season to be wild.
That would have been sick.
That would have been
Imagine.
sick. I'm always imagining.
Right? Whoa, Queen Tay with some moves.
Yeah, so that's kind of like another big feature that's coming in that's going to be pretty cool, I think.
it'll be like.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, I
mean,
think I found the bug also with the pickup during Royales not picking up.
the pickup not picking up. Oh yeah, where they?
They all
Yeah,
like conglomerate on this one spot.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I found the issue. So hopefully that's done for next season.
Cool, cool. Yeah, it'll be like I guess royales, but for races, you know, where you can drop bits and things just kind of happen.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no race pass next season. I see people talking about it. There's no race pass. We don't have a pricing structure or anything like that or how it's going to work because we need the new system. So, yeah.
We need this system.
The POG collaboration, we're kind of like waiting on a reply, but I wouldn't expect anything big. I think they've been busy rolling into this this new year as well. So,
What is a race pass?
Yeah.
If you want to explain what that is, and because it will be
it's like
coming,
a battle
right?
pass, right? So you have some sort of goals to reach during the season to unlock stuff, and you buy it. And then the goal of the race pass is probably named wrong. It should be probably like a marble pass, because we want to wrap in all the modes, and you just complete things in different modes. Like you're essentially doing missions, but they'll probably be called like quests or something, and you complete those to progress your race pass, the marble pass, and then you earn stuff along the way. So it's just a different way of engaging, and the idea is that now we have a lot more data about the game and what's going on, that we can now create an interesting system to tap into all these kind of things that are happening in races and royales and tilted, and maybe even we can put in bloop stuff. Like, you just never know.
Yeah.
And like, I can see us putting Gemron points in the pass as well.
Oh.
So like, yeah, like I think it's gonna be really cool. But it's just, we gotta get there. So
Yeah.
it's not next season.
Yeah, just a way to earn. You know, it's kind of like missions, but without the NFT stuff. It's just like a regular gaming battle pass where you can earn while you play, earn some cool stuff.
Yeah, just earn some stuff in game. Uh,
Corncob suit in the lead, followed by some marble money.
yeah, as we get closer to the launch of the new system. So the plan was, if we were close enough, I would have streamed this weekend showing off and just testing the new system. So the question was just about seeing the new system in action. That would be the idea, is to come on before we launch it and do some testing. So now that we're 6 weeks out, I would be betting that you'll see me test it throughout the season. But as it kind of like comes to life, it should be super clear. So like at the end of a race, I should have had you keep up the end of race screen, but at the end of a race, you know how you have your tiers on the right?
Yeah.
Like you have the tiers. Like,
would it have
that's
shown
gone,
up in a
right?
simulation? Maybe this is the race to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe stop and just remind yourself. I could talk about it, but the right side, the tiers are gone, right? So like with the new system, not next season, but the season after, the tiers are gone. The energy count is gone, and your bonus is gone, right? So that opens up a lot of space at the end screen, and then you'll basically see a timer if you're timed out. So you'll be zeroed out if you're timed out, and it'll show you the amount of time that you have to wait until you're not timed out.
So there's going to be a whole bunch of like times?
If they're timed out.
Right, okay.
Right? If you're not timed out, it shouldn't
be
any worry to you.
Filterable, I assume, maybe, like everything else. I don't know.
What?
Like you were able to filter the energy? So
yeah,
if
we
anyone
could probably
is
filter the
timed
times.
out, like you could filter it to the top and see it, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, cool.
So that's like how you'll kind of keep an eye out. And so it should be really, like, at the end of the day, it should be really simple. It's just like, you see it. If you're zeroed out, look on a stream and you'll see a time. And the time will be the same on it. It doesn't matter what stream you're on, right? Because it'll show you the aggregated time you have to wait. And then if you want to see the details, you go to the app or you go in game and you go check it out. So our plan is to actually add that in game as well. It'll be on the in game, on app, and on website. So you should be able to see detailed information of all the times that you have on different streams.
Cool. So you shouldn't
Because
be
the idea is
lost
that
in,
it's
like...
very simple. It's like when you play in a stream, there's like a timer that started, right? Like we mark when you play in that stream, and then all we're doing is like checking how many streams you played in the last 10 minutes. And if it goes over that number, then we're considering you timed out. And then all we need to do is check the time until the third last is cleared, right?
Yeah.
Basically. So
you can still drop. You'll just continue to be zeroed.
it's just like being zeroed out.
Yeah.
It's the exact same as being zeroed out. Like you could drop your face off, but you'll stay zeroed out. That's the
Yeah.
interesting part. Like
You
there is
actually
no
have-
reset.
Yeah.
So if you just go beyond and you keep dumping your ball everywhere, you'll just stay zeroed out. So that's the thing. Like you're almost refreshing your timeout every time.
Yeah.
It's at the end. Everything's sent at the end of a race.
So yeah,
So-
if you have 4 timers, you're gonna be zeroed out. If you see 4
Yeah.
timers in 4 places, and then once one of them once it goes down back to 3, then you're good.
Yeah. There's no check mark like with the new system, which is not next season. I want to be clear about that because
Yeah.
people are asking questions.
Not next season.
This is not next season. This is 59. Like we delayed it. So, but yeah, like there is no in the new system. There's no check mark. There's no bonus XP for completing tiers because the tiers no longer exist. Like there's none of that.
No energy.
So all you're doing is playing.
It's just
Oh.
a number of it's a number I don't know what the best way to say it is. A number of drops limit, a number of streams limit. Just don't be in 4 racing royale streams anyway.
Spooo, I'm gonna send you an image. I got a little demo.
Okay. Tiara's gonna yoink this, watch. Okay, here's the demo. Oh, there's the timer. Oh, it's behind your head. Now it's behind my head. So keg stand
you
there has
basically
the
get presented
timer
a
of
timer.
8:26. And is the goal you said was to have this on the website as well, and then you'll be able to see, and the app, and you'll be able to see all of it like lined up basically.
Exactly. So like you know how I don't know if you can pull up I don't know if you have any energy tiers on the website. Probably not. You probably won't see it anywhere.
No.
Yeah, I guess anywhere you won't have anything because it's after reset and everything's over.
Yeah.
So if you know the way things look in like the website and the app, the idea is now that you'll have instead of like a race count, you just have a timer if you've played in that stream, and you'll know what time that's at. So you're really just managing your
Time
3
center.
streams and the timer that you have at those 3 streams. Right? So if you know like your timer is essentially your chance to kind of hop over, right? So if you see a low time and you want to go somewhere else, you could drop off the one stream and then go to the other.
I called that shit, dude.
Tiara just wins. You know what I have as a rule on if Tiara wins during mine is that we end the stream.
Oh no. See you guys.
So we just gotta end it. It's over.
It's been fun.
That's hilarious. That's so funny. Bye.
Does Tiara get ball decision? Like, what do you want to do here? Pass it down?
Yeah, just pass it down. Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Tiara will give herself some tournament coins or something.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Green Widow, it is your ball decision. I guess I don't really have to keep this race going unless people want to see themselves die or finish. Do you finish the races? I guess
Yeah.
you do. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's usually during the season.
Right.
But yeah, do you finish? Never.
Never.
Gemron for Bloop.
I want my chance at an NFT.
I'll get.
All right,
right
how
on
about
that.
first and second then? Tiara gets first if it's an NFT.
Oh, we're expanding. Okay, so
Well, you have NFTs on the list.
Yeah.
Just because Tiara won.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
If first place
We'll
ends up
expand
being
it.
an NFT, it's yours, and then second place will be Green Widows. I don't know. Is that a good way to do it?
No, you're being too nice.
Okay.
Just deal with it, Tiara. You're fine.
Okay. There you go. For my sake, can I have some playlists
Playlist for
for
races?
races? Yeah. Or
Um,
I don't know what your status is on that in general.
there's no status. It's
Yeah.
not in development.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think the challenge is like there's no like the maps are uploaded and I'm pretty sure managed under the name. So
Yeah,
like
the community track side of it would be really tough.
that system needs a rewrite. I know that. And I
And
know
it probably wouldn't be even
Brendan's
worth
talked
it to
about it.
make it for just the standard only, and like how many people would use it. I've had this conversation in my own head, like, is it even worth to try to build something with it? But I do think the idea of like people sharing playlists would
There's
be
no
awesome.
argument. Like there's no need, like there's not even an argument. Like it would be great.
Yeah.
Right? Like open up GP, paste, like you paste your whatever 12 codes, right? Like if each map was represented by a code and you were able to just paste it in and say this is my playlist and you save playlist and then you guys can share playlists.
Yeah.
There's no argument that that's bad.
Right.
It's just about the system existing. So yeah, that's that.
Yep.
Like I can't even give you a timeline on it because the new system is not a rewrite from the map builder system.
Yeah, that's okay. I can deal.
But yeah, like yeah, it's always something in my mind. It's just not something that we have available.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's not gonna be Gemrons for Bloop. Just on that point, so Bloop's a standalone mode, and I think you guys should expect more standalone modes to start appearing. We're gonna start playing around with like when we moved to Unreal 5, we set up a system that makes the games easier to build and easier to put together, and it's just about learning that system and kind of. It's not fully in place, but every time I kind of poke at it, we get more features in it. But as that gets built out, I can put together modes a lot easier. And so if you've been on the stream, I've recently put together a new mode. I don't know if it'll drop. Actually, no, it's not going to drop with the new season, but it might drop midway through or something. We'll see if I can get some more movement on it. But I can see a world where we're putting out these like mini modes that are standalone away from the season and that we potentially sell as like an expansion. It's something that we want to do these ideas and we don't want to be restricted by the season, because if we go, oh, this has to be balanced with the season, then that creates restrictions.
Yeah.
Like immediately, right? It's like, okay, how do we play? What does it tie into? What system needs to be tied into it? And so it just creates too much. But yeah, I think we're gonna start playing around with that idea a little bit more and just putting out these viewer interactive modes that are like one shot. And if people like them and we see a lot of purchases of them, that could be a signal to us that like, oh, this is something really good. Let's do something again like that. Or let's expand on that idea further. So that's kind of like on standalone modes.
Fashion show?
Exactly. Oh, we're gonna bring it back and charge $4.99 for it.
Charge what?
$4.99. You gotta unlock. You gotta pay for it.
I mean, I don't. I know some people probably have opinions on that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I understand. And if the mode's good enough, like
Exactly.
$5 is nothing. If it's something that sparks, whatever. And there's a lot of great ideas out there in general that we've just talked about for fun over the years. So I can't imagine, what might even happen.
Yeah. I mean, in a weekend. So like I started playing around with Unreal and I just started breaking down if I could do things quickly. So I put together a game over the holidays. It was like 6 hours that I put together the basics of it. And it opened my eyes to like what we have in the engine. And I didn't kind of like realize the new system that was being built. So it kind of opened my eyes. And then, yeah, this this idea came in, and I was like, okay, let's see if I can put this together, and ran into a few hurdles, and then we built out systems to kind of alleviate those hurdles, and now it's like a lot easier to put together modes where you spawn marbles from viewers, and you have access to it in a custom way to play that game. Like we're not reusing race stuff or whatever, right?
Right.
So that opens up the doors immensely, because we're not saying, oh, let's recreate another race mode and then expand some features off of it. It's saying, let's go to the root level and rebuild and see what we can put out. And as you've seen throughout the years, there's so many things you could do with marbles that we've probably held back on because, well, the season, right?
Yeah.
What do you do with the season? How do you?
Well, and
I mean,
that's what
even
people
just-
always ask too, like with anything, with Bloop, with
Yeah.
any of the side modes, like, oh, is this can I earn a gem run? Is this, you know?
Well, that's the cool thing with the race pass then, right? So let's say we put out these other modes, and then the race
true.
pass could have engagements for those modes.
Right, and if you
And
can
say,
earn a
like, you know,
gem
go
run
play an
point,
hour of
then
this.
you can get a gem run
Yeah.
point doing a multitude of things as opposed to just sticking to one thing.
Exactly. So yeah, I think like that's just another reason why the future's bright, and we just need to get to that future, which is now 6.5 weeks away. Okay. Next season beta data or meta? I don't know. A little
Beta
bit of
data?
everything. Beta data either. Oh, beard questions. That's nice. Yeah, Gemrons. So there's a lot of maxed out Gemrons. Well, a lot. There's like 10, I think. No, there's more than 10. I can't remember the number I put out. Anyways, there's a few maxed out Gemrons, and it's in the pipeline to expand on it. And we might jump straight to 10 points per evolution on that new set. And we might get a little more creative and crafty with the new sets. So expect something different, I would say.
In style and earning the way you earn it.
Not the way you earn it. Well, of course, the way you earn it in the sense that, like, if the race pass comes out and we add points there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, like, in the design. Like, right now, it's kind of like this evolutionary thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had ideas where we just start putting emojis in there and people earn funny, like, faces. And so, yeah, we'll just see kind of, like, what Gemrons become. Because, I mean, now that once you get through that initial progression,
You unlock the emoji stage and you just
you
have
unlock the
all
crazy
these
stage
fake-
where you just, yeah.
That's cool.
And then I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they'll all be like that. They'll still be in kind of sets. They'll still come out in sets, but we'll kind of get crafty with it.
See if they can like match up with pins or something. And
Yeah,
so
who
close.
knows? Oh, damn. Right through the crevice.
Oh. Interesting though. It'll
Yeah.
just become like another. I mean, I know the Gemron itself is already a piece of flair, but like, just more flair on the flair. If you
Yeah,
wanna,
exactly,
if you want to use
exactly.
it more.
I mean, you'll start.
combos.
Those people who are up there, right, is like, they already stand out with the chevrons.
Right.
And then if we turn it into faces or something, people are going to be like, oh, where'd you get that? How'd you get a face? And so, yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of stuff we can get to. I'm sure we can get to the point where there's ideas to, like, sell something that you could put there. Like, who knows? But yeah, I'm sure people
graveyard.
go all over the place. Look at all the death.
Yeah. That's probably a cool thing. I didn't think about that. Like you create a map where just like 90% of the balls all die in one spot. You check out all the death effects.
And you make a picture.
Yeah.
See what happens. See what the story is. The death story.
Yeah.
Loadouts for viewers. So yeah, I could run Shambugi Skin in his stream and Spoo's Ball in his stream. Exactly, without having to visit the app. That's the idea of like loadouts. I'm not saying it's next season, but
Yeah,
we've built the core, like we've built the server to handle the information. Now we just need to obviously build the front end to engage with that spot.
Loadouts everywhere.
Yeah, I mean that's just another idea, right? Like of
Mhm.
loadouts. It's like it's the simple idea is that we want to get you playing the game faster and spending less time clicking buttons, right?
Yeah, it's all just more quality of life stuff. Like
Yeah.
small tweaks that would just make things more enjoyable or easier or whatever. Faster, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't gotta Sometimes dressing your ball up is fun, you know. You're like putting the thing. Oh, how does that look like? Oh,
Oh,
what's
it
that
is
look like?
fun,
But I guess then
but
once you find
it
the
shouldn't.
perfect thing, then like yeah,
Well, the thing is, I guarantee some people are like, well, I have this loadout, and it took me 20 minutes to figure out and save.
yeah. I don't
And
want
then
to
if I
lose it.
switch and then come back, I know I have to spend another 20 minutes doing that again. And
Right.
that is the thing that I think is just too much.
Yeah.
And that's probably what holds people back from buying more stuff or spending more time equipping their ball.
True. True. Yeah.
So yeah,
If
just more
loadouts were a
alleviation there.
thing, yeah. I mean, I didn't even think about that. Like, cause I personally, you know, I have so much stuff, and it can be frustrating sometimes to switch
Hmm.
around, and I like switching around. So yeah, it's a huge thought there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's like a dust shop comment, dusting, buying, alphabetical order, like basically just dealing with the dust shop. Yeah, it needs a rework. I mean, if you notice, the dust shop hasn't adopted the new UI yet, even so. Just in general, it needs a lot of work. Yeah, as I just get it deeper into stuff, we might get to it sooner than later, but no promises. But it is something that we are aware needs attention. Price of pass, it probably be. I would probably go high right now and just say $10, but there's a possibility it's $5. But in that range, anything larger, in my mind, gets big. Like it becomes a big purchase, you know.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
But who knows? It's hard to say because it matters how much stuff is in it, how long it lasts. Like,
Right.
is it a week long adventure? Do a lot of people get it done? Do we make it last a lot of the season, or how many people get through that?
Do
It's about really that there's enough value to it.
you have any idea of how you would charge it? Just straight up monies, or would there be like a marble money option or anything like that?
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
Obviously, the money, like buying it with cash, then we guarantee the sales.
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's definitely one thing that we want to be cognizant of is ensuring that.
Yeah, just because of how much you guys give out, like you don't really know just on the business side of things. If you always do that, then it's probably hard to keep track of it or whatever.
Yeah, and then we have to hold back on marble money going into the past because then we'll just create this infinite loop,
Right.
right? Where people never buy the pass, but they have it every season.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just business stuff. It's challenging to obviously scope that, but yeah, that's something that we're aware of, and
Thinking about
it'll
anyway.
probably just be paid.
Yeah. I mean, how much paid stuff do you? I mean, I know marble money isn't easy to come by, but I don't know how much paid
What?
stuff is actually out there where you just pay for it in marbles. It's a spacey question.
Like
You
where
don't
you,
even.
it's just the bundles, the seasonal bundles.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So max tabs is 3 for don't get timeout. Exactly. Like with the new system, not next season, the season after, it would be three tabs at least to start off, and stay within it, and that's it. Obviously there like with that, there's potential. Like we want to do a subscription as well. We've been talking about some sort of subscription or some sort of maybe even build it into the past somehow. Of maybe you can have 4 tabs. Maybe you can increase your tab count. Right. So it's like pay to win. But
Would
yeah.
you actually do that?
Sorry.
Would you actually do that?
We're aware that it can be done.
Mm.
Is it done in that manner? Is it done with dust? Is it done? There's a lot of
Right.
ways. Maybe you can unlock 3 tabs. Maybe you can unlock an extra 3 tabs in different manners. One through dust, one through the pass, and one through buying or something. Right? Like, to me, we need more of these incentives for regular purchases to continue doing what we're doing, right?
Right.
So if we want marbles to continue growing and expanding, we just need to think of these different monetization models and thinking of how it all layers into the system And that's why there's just tangible thought into, do we sell this for cash or do we do it for coins? Because
Right.
coins is not necessarily guaranteed sales, whereas the cash is guaranteed sales. I mean, I'm not a fan of talking about this stuff, but I'm also not shying away from the idea. Like, it has to be talked about because it's real.
Yeah.
It's a real challenge. Game studios all across the world are shutting down these days and trying to figure out what their new space is and how to deal with this. And at the end of the day, it's just things need to be paid for and operated accordingly. So that's what it's in our thought process to create enough systems that kind of let us do what it's doing.
Yep.
Or let us do what we're doing because we enjoy it.
Yep.
So yeah, and that's also why there's more thought going into like these bit events for streamers, like, and using the drops to support streamers with subs, right? Like, at the end of the day, there has to be some incentive built into the system to kind of fuel what's going on, right? The content that's being created, the players that are playing. I would even argue like our Web3 side of it has helped throughout the downtimes, keeping incentives up. So yeah, just having all these systems operating, I think it's just another avenue to keep pieces of the game alive for people to enjoy.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, if you dive into a lot of the stuff as a streamer, and then the more that's coming, like it becomes more and more rewarding. The more you just keep building and layering with the stuff that's available to you. So like, and that's going to keep people playing the game as well. And then the more streamers that are playing the game, their communities are going to want to get involved and do stuff as well. And like, it's just that whole model is good, in my opinion, to incentivize the streamers continuously.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, missions reset. So they probably will still. Actually, we may, if it doesn't launch next season, we might have time to slide in. So the idea is that there won't be a reset. I just don't know if it'll land at the right time, but it might now. So the idea is that there won't be a reset, and that you just progress through your missions as you can, and then when you complete them, they reset. So that's a big change. Actually, so you'd be able to continue your missions cross day. That's the plan of where to go. It just matters on when it lands. Yeah, I guess there's all these like ripple effects that are happening throughout everything that is like really good. Yeah, and they're big changes that I forget to talk about. Like, there not being a reset in missions is actually huge.
Yeah,
like, it's huge.
Well, that's what me and I assume everybody thought that was there's still gonna be a reset, right? Just for missions. Not for energy.
Yeah, so the plan is to get rid of resetting. Like, I like it's great to have this idea that everybody comes on at the same time and does their stuff, and like, it's all exciting. But it also, like, why does that exist? Like, what's the intent of it, right? So with energy kind of going away, that reset time goes away. The time that people are kind of like dictated to play changes.
Yeah,
well, the 120 it's freedom, check
right?
mark going away.
It's freedom. You're giving us more freedom.
Yeah, freedom, but with not freedom, right? It's funny because the tabs are still 3.
Yeah.
But everything else of that is like expanded. So it'll be very interesting to see play out. I guess that's why I'm getting very anxious about the system dropping, is because there's all these ripple effects that happens when it drops. It's like, not only does the impact to the community get seen, but then we also get to see it and see it all transpire. But then we also get to look at our current running systems and go, how does the new system benefit this now? And how do we change the toggles? And does these toggles need to exist? Like, it really gives a full refresh opportunity to the game that I think a lot of people have been wanting, but expressing it in a different way. Right? Like, I think people have been expressing issues with certain pieces of the game, and a lot of it comes down to the initial system, the system that's currently running. If you just like break it down to its root cause, and then so once we refresh the system, then we can kind of rebuild from the ground up with that. So yeah, it'll be exciting. Wow. Forest Floor, dude, Forest Floor is literally the champ. Forest Floor is the champ.
Holy
Who just took
shite.
that?
That was Jennifer.
Did you hear my thing about forest floor now?
No.
So if somebody collects 8 forest floors, right?
Yeah.
You need to have 8 forest floors, and
Wonder
then
how many I
comes
have.
to a community day and says it, and then I check and you have 8 forest floors. We're gonna make it an evolving skin from that
Oh,
day. Like we'll
snap.
find. So the forest floor is on a mission.
Dude, that was insane.
And of course, it's forest floor.
That was insane. I don't even know. I wanted to hit the slow motion, like the bracket, to make it even slower. There was no time.
Yeah, so just another question about the bit effects. Yeah, so there's 6 different ones, and it influences races. Like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, so from what I hear, and I haven't seen it other than a clip of how it reacts with the balls, but from what I'm hearing is it's you do the bits just like in Royales, I guess, but it's 100 bits, and then that sends a meteor from the starting position towards
Ending position.
From the end position from the bucket.
From the bucket.
Okay, so from the finish line, sends some sort of meteor towards a random target in the race. It hits that ball, and it does one of 6 things.
Yeah.
Ice, thrust, boost, stop,
Swap.
swap, plop. I don't.
Stop.
I said stop. Ice, stop, swap, boost, thrust,
destroy.
Destroy!
Yeah, so there's a chance to destroy a marble. And that's in there because we know people are going to... Like, I just know people are going to try and do stuff, right? They're going to try to build a map that does something layers with it.
If we just hit a thrust... If we can hit a thrust at the perfect time here, but it's random, so it might not be a thrust, but we have to try it 100 billion times. Drop those biddies!
Exactly. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to cause drama. I guarantee somebody's going to break a big record with it at the perfect time, and it'll be ridiculous.
Well, that's what we play RNG games for, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's like throwing a little wrench into the RNG, you know? It's stacking RNG. We've talked about it so much. It's finally happening, you know?
I would say it's not a wrench in the RNG. It's like a turbo boost on the RNG gears. So they're moving even faster. There's going to be more RNG.
Excellent.
So yeah, like I think it's going to be wild. I think there's going to be emotion. I think we'll see clips from it. But at the end of the day, I think the cool part is that even if something really crazy or even if the race gets ended, at the end of the day, the streamer is going to be like, oh, sweet, I got 100 bits or whatever, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a positive to the streamer. That's the way I look at it. So it's just something to cheer on, something for fun. But yeah, it's just community races and art tracks. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be crazy. I honestly think it's going to be wild.
Is that toggleable? Was that mentioned? Is that like
not toggleable? There's no choice. You have
no choice.
Yeah. It's there.
Do you think, well, I don't know. That might, I don't know. I think it's going to do more good than bad. But in terms of...
I think so. It's just more content.
Right. I always just think of, you know, people that are going to get mad about it and be like, well, I don't want to drop bits anymore because it's going to mess the race up. But then it's like, okay, we'll just drop bits between the races or whatever, you know?
Yeah. And this one doesn't listen for bits like while the race is loading. Like BRs do.
Gotcha. It's got to be during.
Just during the race, yeah. So, just another little edge case to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like, I listen to you so much, and like, when you're like, what's gonna make races great again? Right? And what's gonna get you to start racing again? I'm just like, I'm not saying this is gonna be it.
Right.
But it's just another factor to racing that I think brings some excitement. That, like, I think the bits being existing in Royale is a piece of leverage. Like, it is something that's like, oh, this could happen. Like, there's stuff that could happen. Not saying it's going to happen every one or, you know, whatever.
Right.
but somebody could come in and drop some bits and really, really throw, like throw a fire on,
Yeah.
throw some fuel on the fire kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely a thought.
yeah. So, does this kind of add to the excitement of what could happen during races? Like, I know I saw some crazy stuff happen just in a short period of time of us testing it. So it's like, if you get something like that happening and there's 2,000 plays on a track and the ball's flying towards the finish and you're like, oh, damn. And then maybe somebody in chat is like, you know what? I don't want this to happen. And they throw 1,000 bits in
Damn.
and they try to kill your ball. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what does that even happen to somebody's emotions there? Like,
Right.
you got it's
Well,
happening. Oh my god, the streamer's getting bits and like,
well,
oh man.
when I used to do the redeems more, and I would do like the procedural tracks and having weight and having all the redeems on, like some of the craziest stuff would happen, and that's essentially this with more stuff, and it's activated by bits. So like the craziest stuff would happen. That's all I can really say, and that's it's kind of like the what just happened with the forest floor. That stuff happens because of viewers' actions as opposed to just randomly, and that stuff creates the emotion, if you will, the excitement.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, there'll be payback and all this stuff and whatever. So
Well,
yeah,
and to touch on what you said too, like I mean, part of me as a streamer, what guides me is the missions too, and I've never really even tried swapping my royales for races. I want to say I have, and it just like I don't know. It irked me one day, and the royales just seemed easier, so I stuck with royales. But I mean, who knows what'll happen with this new thing? If that dopamine's hitting, like I'm gonna I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, it's something about if you guys hated seeing the UML load ups, why do you allow bloop in the category? Uh, the long loads, and it's not just specific to that. Like the long loads, at least back when we were dealing with it, the problem was the season, the impact of the season. Bloop is disconnected. It's just it's just a thing in the category. Like it doesn't add to points. It doesn't add to the season. You don't earn gem runs for it. It's not incentivized in any manner, shape, or form other than what the streamer puts behind it. So it's kind of a different category there. Yeah. The system at the time just wasn't ready for the idea of long loads. It was like imbalanced, right? So challenging
Um.
topic, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, UML or the long loads in general are a blue alternative, right? Like you can still do it, but it definitely impact. Like you're not gonna get points, and the energy and or not energy, the stamina, all that stuff plays a part.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's the difference between that and blue? Is my question, I guess.
Oh, like at a like a fundamental level, like without all
Yeah,
that
why
extra
not?
stuff,
Yeah, why not just do it?
because there's no points.
Well, that's what I mean. But why do people do bloop then if there's no points? Well, you can still do it. That's all I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, you can still absolutely
But
do it. Nothing
I think the
stops you.
question is, based on the points. So you answered that, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's like if Bloop had points, that would be so ridiculous, I guess.
Yeah, it's just I just find like at this point I find it funny, like to hate on a game mode, like that's just in the category and has no impact on you, like or the season or whatever. It's like, are they stealing viewers? Is that the idea? Are they dwarfing something you're doing, and why? Like, because then if that's the case, then you should be thinking about that about every other stream in the category,
Hmm.
right? Because everything's working against you if in that case. Trying to find live players. I think I browse the category every single day and I don't ever struggle finding people. If I have to scroll an extra finger scroll to find a live streamer, it's not the end of my day. But yeah, like I always have a stream up.
Yeah.
Like browsing the category. If there was like, I mean, like, how do you find somebody in a Fortnite category? There's thousands of streams there, right? And like, how many games? Like, if you're trying to find a BR, right? Like, if you're trying to find a Fortnite BR, how do you find that in the mix of it now? There's the first person shooter mode. There's the Lego mode. There's the Legos IRL or street or the whatever the
It would be
what do you call
great.
it?
I
Thing
agree. It would
mode.
be great to be able to separate the modes into categories somehow within the Twitch and
It's
the
called
channel.
tags.
Yeah,
Tag the stream,
exactly. The
and then use
tags will do
tags.
it, and I mean that's a good point too. Fortnite is like all over the place. I don't even know what would you just
This
with
custom
Fortnite. It's
builder
so
in
big.
Fortnite, you can't beat that. Like, there's gonna be so much diversity in that category, and it's like it's almost funny. I say diversity, and it's like everybody's been fighting for diversity, and then finally like it happens in a place, and then people don't like it because it makes it hard to find things. That's life. That's life. We ask for things and then realize what it the counterpoints to it. But that's life.
It's making me think about the tags.
Yeah, I mean, use your tags. If the community was smart, use tags. Tag yourself as BR streamer. Tag yourself as racing streamer. Tag yourself as bloop, and then you
switch it around with whatever you're doing, or people put it in the titles too.
Or build a community Discord and create a segregation of the people that you enjoy watching, and then you have your group of streams that you always do. I mean, go on AI. I built this tool on AI in like a week where you can just go to a category, like you can get all the marble streams and then open them up on a website. So you can do that too.
I remember that.
So you could just use AI and build your own website in like 5 minutes to do what you want to do, and then filter out the stuff that you like. So yeah, you guys can have your own tilt. I mean, like, I'm sure there is different little communities around, right? There's like the Tilters United. So that's like tilters. And then if you like tilting, you could go into that category and find people live, right? Or go into that Discord and become a part of that. Like, the community can grab hold of this stuff. If it's tangible enough for people that people want it, it'll live. It's like the whole idea of the wiki, right? It's like every so often somebody wants a wiki, but then there's not enough people that are willing to put in the work to build it.
Right.
So that signals to me that there's actually not enough demand for a wiki, because not enough people are in the cohort of people who want it. But we built a little fake wiki. The Fwiki.
The Fwiki.
Yeah.
Well, it's like information too. There's all this opportunity to. And I know people make videos out there for stuff, but like you always see people asking questions, whether it's in the Discord or in streams.
There's not a lot of people who make videos for stuff. There's just not a lot of anything in the Marvel's like space. It is untapped. It is so heavily untapped. It blows my mind. Like, people itch for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much. Like every season there could be a video explaining what the game feels like at the time, right? Like, and you can explain the system. Oh, it's just the same as last season. It's got these little tweaks to it or whatever. It feels like this. Like, so many people have streamed through it and explained the changes on their streams, but then don't extract that to clips and to deeper level content to explain what's going on.
I mean, we're guilty of it too, right? But it's just like that opportunity.
No, but I'm just like highlighting the potential of a community around a game, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you have a game around content creators, you have all this opportunity to like make content, right? And then bring more attention to your space, to your stream. There's so many untapped avenues in that direction. Like, we make the game and we provide all these things, and there's all these things to explain. Oh, like, oh, this is happening today. Oh, for the next 3 days, these drops are on, and you could do this, this, and this. In the world of information is just like it's a golden. It's a golden. What do you call it? Like a golden ticket.
Yeah.
So there's just so many opportunities out there. It's really good to see, and if people want to dig into it, they can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's easy to grab stuff from the past and think we're gonna act the same on it again. But perceptions change, and it's just important to realize that. There's a flashlight season ability next season.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
So
L.
You're gonna be able to press
if I
L
remember.
and see a little flashlight. So in dark spaces.
L for light. I assume.
L for light. Merging account name. Yeah, all the YouTube specific questions is just gonna have to wait. Wait till we get there. Like, there's just so many edge cases. Like, are we gonna launch with it pulling in racing from both places at once? Is it gonna be separate? How's missions gonna layer with it?
Oh, like
So
the
there's just
yeah, like the leaderboard. Basically, just everything you just said. Never mind.
yeah. There's just all this. There's just so many. Like right now, we're focused on the system,
Yeah.
and we're not like plugging in. Like we have YouTube cooked in the sense that we're connected to it, but we need to like start plugging it into the new system. So that's the whole thing in itself. Will overall scores be added to the mission page for races and tilts like energy tiers was added a couple of seasons ago? Overall scores be added. I don't know. Not in the works. Will the number of races per streamer still be tracked? You won't see it at the start. That'll be up to you to kind of keep track of, or the streamer to keep track of. But we'll have the data. It's just about surfacing it over time. Country flag on people's cards. It's not in the works. It's an idea. Yeah, I mean, just ideas. It's always important to put them in the Discord and just kind of do your thing. And let the conversation kind of generate around it. It's easy to put things into a stream and just let it falter and fall away.
Yeah, take note of the hot dog suit discussion. Get the say some stuff in the Discord. Maybe get people rallied around it if it's a good idea. I think the flag idea is a good idea personally, and it's just about getting it. I don't want to say chiseled in stone, but written down.
No, it's just letting people talk about it because if I see it, that's it. Like it's just keeping a conversation live around it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not about selling it. It's not about knocking it down. It's not about making it into the best thing. It's just put it there so that it's actively being talked about. The more it gets talked about, that's great. But it lets me kind of keep it fresh in my brain that people actually want it on a regular basis. So any idea that you guys have, put it in the Discord. If you know this, if you think it might exist, search the Discord for the discussions, and then just put a ping on it and just say, hey, I'm also interested in this.
Yeah, type keyword for the search. You can go into the discussions and type keywords at the top and find specific discussions or conversations. Yeah.
I don't know what this Walker effect is, but yeah, start a discussion around it because
oh my God,
I don't even know what it is. Maybe draw a picture.
I'm assuming Walker, like for an old person, like Walker.
A Walker, maybe it's layered with your water, the Walter thing. I don't know. History of Marble Money received, like gifting. Yeah, right now I think it's only available on the PC. Yeah, it's just challenging. We plug things in and then getting them into some of our other platforms, it gets missed and stuff. And it's just about the work getting done. So yeah, it's not there. It'd be great if it was there, but it's not. So maybe one day. It's just not in the works.
All right, Lizard71, good luck.
Tiny missions just for fun without a wallet would be awesome. It's like with no purpose, you just do them. The thing is, like, all these things require systems to operate, which then costs money, which then creates a sink, and we gotta go, okay, well, how do we respond to that?
Well, the answer to this is the Game Pass, in my opinion. So whenever that ends up coming to fruition, that'll be the closest thing to missions that non-NFT / non-crypto users will be able to participate in.
Yeah, that's the best. But I think this person was asking for free.
Oh,
it's just challenging. There's just so much free stuff already. Like, it's just rescoping. Like we're on a journey.
Something.
And yeah, we just gotta walk it.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but something that you can think about is just things that streamers might be doing in general as their own sort of missions or side games they do. I know plenty of streamers that have like a not like a separate game, but something that they do in their channel where it's like earn this by doing this, and then you build up this much, and it's like, it's basically a mission within that stream. It's not a global mission, but you hang out with your favorite streamers. I know it's just, it's not the same, but Pixel and I feel have a tendency to give solutions as opposed to just being like, or at least some sort of solution. Not everybody doesn't always like the answer to a solution.
People don't want solutions; they want their thing.
Right. And I found out that through life the hard way that sometimes people just want to they either want their thing or they don't want to hear about it, basically. But I can't help but provide solutions when I can.
Isn't that like a meme thing with like husbands and wives? Like the wives just want to like just say the problem, and then the husband's like, "Well, you could do this." And I don't want to do that.
It can be in any conversation, right? You just got to communicate. Sometimes you just want to bitch, and sometimes you want a solution. So like the person listening has to communicate that. Like, do you want me to give you an answer, or do you want to just me be like, "Yeah, that sucks, dude."
No, it's like it's layered with free stuff. Like that's the thing. It's like, oh well, can you just whip in this free thing that runs, right? And that's the thing. That's the challenging topic to have, right? It's like,
well,
we gotta take it and figure it out and be like, okay, how do we wrap in a free system to this that leads to a paid system, right?
Yeah.
That's a wolf's life.
And that's a wolf's life. All right, 30 tournament coins for Lizard, and we do it again.
I did see something. There was a big post from Gandalf that you didn't put into questions, but I was in the middle of questions. I feel like I read it quickly. It was like something about balancing things so everybody wins kind of thing, and it's disheartening for people to win big points. That's just life, right? Like that's just the system. Like if somebody's so like,
what do you mean?
What
like
are,
if somebody
what are people
gets juice?
I think it's I mean like I need more context, but I think it's layered with like the whole idea of like somebody could win a ton of points in a stream in one race, and the people who get passed by those points are disheartened seeing one person do so well with so little.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
because they put it
in my head, it's like, what are they missing? Like, what is it that those people are so disheartened about? Right? Is it just that somebody else is doing better, which is just goes down to like the comparison of like you can always look at somebody else and say, oh, they're doing better than me, and that's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, and there's just always going to be the people trying harder compared to others and coming and going too in the game. So I don't know. It's always gonna be a thing.
We always want everybody to win. Like that's just human nature, right? We feel happy when somebody wins and we feel sad when somebody loses close to us. And so we speak up and we're like, we want this person to win. But at the end of the day, it's just, I mean, with marbles, like this is it. Like this is the game. Like it's random. It's RNG. And you can do really well and you can do really bad some seasons.
It's like buying, the person that buys 10 lottery tickets a day and loses all the time. And then that one person buys one ever. And
they win. And like, that's unfair. But at the end of the day, that's just the game. Like that's the nature of the beast. I mean, I think we were in days where it was just all about the grind. And it was about how hard you grinded and how long you grinded. And the conversation there is that, oh, I can't grind as long as that person. I don't have the time to sink in as much as that person. So there's always that conversation of like, oh, this person can do more than me, or they get more than me, and therefore it's unfair. And so like, I understand the conversation. I understand that topic, but
it's kind of like how this evolved to be what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just a different beast of it. Now it's like it's RNG that's doing it versus just time, which in my opinion is less disheartening than the other system, which is literally mathematical. Because then you go, if I'm playing 3 streams per hour and I do this for 8 hours a day, my potential point earning is this because this is the average.
And I will never be able to reach this because this person's doing that and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
With the gamble factor, you never know. I guess, right?
You never know. There is no math. There is no direct math. There's just math of potential, right? It's like, okay, well, if I'm in 3 streams per hour at 8 hours a day, my chances are this, but I can always get this big boom, and you never know. And so then it's like the what if situation is always there, versus if it's not, yeah, it's just like it is literally mathematical like that. And that is the way, like, for those who don't know, that is the way the game was for the first couple of years. Like, it was all math. It was just play this much, no limits, no energy, grind as hard as you can, grind as fast as you can, and do your thing. And it's funny too, because you see other stream interactive games come up randomly, and they have these systems and they don't account for that, and they go through the exact same growth pains that we did early on. And it's just interesting to watch that kind of play out, because with these games, it literally is that. It's usually just how many events you can get through, right? How many how many races you can click and get going, because that usually enables as many points as you can. But we have a very complex math system now in the background that runs it all.
Yeah, well, I saw the people on the leaderboard from the Oklabone stream or whatever. But isn't that like an exciting thing? Don't you guys see that as an exciting thing? And then isn't it exciting to, like, what if not anybody I would say nobody in the marbles community that marbles all the time is a big streamer. You know what I mean? Talking about big streamers that will play marbles every once in a while and stuff like that. Imagine 10 of those in the category every single day, just because they just pick up marbles and they're like, oh shit, I'm getting world records and we're getting points and people are enjoying this. I'm just gonna, it hasn't happened too much over the years. Like every once in a while, the big streamers, I should say, like to hop around and do different games, and marbles is a great way to like interact with their huge stream and stuff. So it's hard to say whether one of those people will ever become like a regular marbles streamer. Like the way we do, with the craziness every day, a couple hours, whatever it is. But what if that happens? What if 10 giant streamers just start streaming? We're all going to be sunk under them, So like, what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be challenging. Like, I think that's the whole idea, is like anybody can participate.
Yeah.
And you just never really know what could happen. And it is possible that a big streamer comes in and never hits anything just out of bad luck. Like, that's possible. Yeah. The chances are lower because they get more chances, but yeah. Yeah, it's a lot different nowadays.
I would love to see like I've said this for years now, but like two big streamers go head to head in Tilted without ever playing it first. Like they just, what is this? Oh, let's try to go head to head on it.
Yeah.
Jason's got the bacon. GG's.
Yeah, I'm clear on questions, by the way. So
clear on questions, guys. Load them up. If you got any questions or comments or anything, we can wrap this up in 15, 20, 30 minutes. Unless there's nothing. What do I got for you? I don't know.
Worm question?
Worm questions?
Worm question.
If you were a worm, what kind of worm would you be?
Oh, no.
If I were a worm, would you still love me? You'd be a what?
A door worm.
A door worm. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Because there's more doors in the world than wheels. We don't need wheel worms.
Mm-hmm. What about those roly-polies? Those are basically wheels.
Yeah, I answered more Gemrons. Yeah, that's the idea. Is there a fix for races not counting? With the new system, there is. And other bits and BBs that glitch. I don't know what that means.
This is recorded on YouTube. I'm going to cut it off at the end of our conversation here on my YouTube, Spooo TV. So that'll be there under the live sections. Last season's was there too. I'm going to start just recording them every season so you guys can go back and check them out. Yeah. Let me get into this.
In BR, why don't marbles get a kill collect that marbles kills? Because that's not their kills. You don't collect kills. You get kills. You don't collect other people's kills.
How come I don't get their loot?
But then, like, if you collected like every match, you'd have max payout if you did that.
Right.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, there's no RNG. You're just like, okay, so like you have 100 people, then the winner's gonna have 99 kills, guaranteed. So then you just max payout everything,
Omega.
and then BR has just become about you need the most players and you just run them, and then we'll get the complaints that you don't have enough players compared to somebody else, and so it's not fair.
Those royales are brutal. I mean, that's just. I mean, races are brutal too, right? It's just we're all
Everything's
just
brutal,
gambling
yeah.
out here. We're all just trying to hit the juice, but we can't always hit the juice, otherwise our
I think that's why
dopamine
so many people
receptors
get
will
mad
be
at the game,
blown.
honestly, because it's literally gambling.
Yeah.
It's just gambling.
Yeah, but I
want to
win.
You just
Pixel.
have balls.
Why can't
Balls and
I
energy.
win though? I'm gonna push
Eh?
you out of your spot. Ah!
Yeah.
Now what?
Subs don't have any effects. The plan is to tap subs, but right now we don't have the event, so that's the problem. If there's no reset for missions and we now have to work through it, will the cooldown like 7 days still apply? I don't know.
Oh, and
There's a
then
whole
the
bunch of
20,
ripple
the
effects that we
level
just don't have
20
answers to
thing
right now.
too. If that stays and it's just continuous, then you need some.
Yeah, like there'll probably be you probably have an option to like reset it when you want. That like maybe you pay some PvP to reset it. We'll see. Maybe you don't. I don't know. So like, I'm just speculating. People are gonna get mad. Tilt changes. There's no tilt changes. No changes on tilted. Oh, actually, there was a question about. Did I answer that? There was a question about tilted. Oh yeah, with player counts onto tilt board because people are now merging chats.
Yeah,
is
that's
there a
good.
plan to like increase the tilt people on the tilt boards?
Yeah, it's a good thought.
No, there's no plans. If anything, for those of you who like the idea of everybody winning, I think tilted has the biggest opportunity of that, because then if tilt boards are getting full, then you'll have another incentive for another tilt group to pick up, and they can pick up the extra balls. And so you're technically going to have a very interesting situation if people work together like that. So I think Tilted can walk that journey. It is so easy to play, so it's really dangerous raising the cap. And also just recently, people found a way to glitch the system to go over 50. The game's just it's not meant for that. It looks fun, right? It looks fun. I think the Tilters have a good time with it because they get more balls to the ending. But at the end of the day, it's just not built for that. People still glitch through the floor with 50, with 20. It just happened the other day. Vibbles glitched through with 20 balls. So like, the mode is just not built for that, and I'd rather clamp it. As well as, if we want to go to 1,000, I got to change the system again, and I don't think people want that, because I'll just have to reduce the point output. It's just too crazy. It's too easy. It's too easy. You need the players. You need the tilters, which is not easy. But once the tilters are there, it's easy. As a participant, right? You just plop in every 5 minutes, dump your balls in, do your thing.
Is the game broken right now?
Is nobody joining?
I got 18 and then it stopped. I'll just leave and try again. I'm not in mega slow motion. I was just in regular slow motion. So.
Well, it wouldn't matter. They'd still pop in.
Yeah, got nothing. They stopped at 18. What happened? Am I still streaming? We'll just reset. Try it again. Oh yeah, so
the not counting glitch, I'm assuming it's related to like when the server gets busy / bogged down, layered with issues we had with our backend. We're not like, we put no time into to fixing that, because the intent was to replace the entire system this season. So it's just really going to come into like one more season of pain and push through and just get the new system out, because there's no point putting energy into a system that we're literally turning off after this is done. New dev skins. I don't know if there's any major ones in the works. The last one snuck out randomly that Tom did. So maybe there'll be a batch that sneaks out, but not that I'm aware of. No, BRs are currently designed for 1 to win points, and that's the way they are. I don't think there's any even plans to really rescope the point structures much in the near future.
Just another piece of the RNG pain points. That's the game.
Yeah, there's no plans for changing physics. There's no engine updates that we've applied, so everything should kind of remain consistent going into next season. So if you're a map builder, everything should kind of remain the same, minus the new pieces coming in. The way you do the giveaway maps, yeah, whatever I do on my stream is pretty much available to everybody, minus playing around in the engine. But you can add names to balls. You can define how many balls there are. You can keep it in a spreadsheet and then upload the spreadsheet to the game. Yeah. So, BR leaderboard. Oh, like if it's gonna get divided races BR and tilted. I mean, there's no plans, and I doubt it's gonna be for any incoming season in the near future. But it's not out of the question because things will be tracked that way going forward. Like with the new system, everything will be tracked separately. So it's just about how we choose to display it. One thing I agree upon is there's a lot of leaderboards in the hub right now, and finding some sort of control measure on that will be valuable. So yeah, just expanding leaderboards for the sake of expanding leaderboards and separating them. It's hard to justify. Like, let me look at this data here. We had a significant increase in players this season. That's good.
Nice.
So just so you guys understand the disparity of users. So this season, we had 520,000 people compete in racing. In BRs, we had 80,000. And then in Tilted, we have 8,000. That's players playing in the game mode. That's not streamers, just to be clear. There's a clear winner in that mix, right? And you can argue there's incentives on one and so on, but going full split, it's hard for me to put that, like, it's even hard for me to argue keeping the tilted board alive because it doesn't technically make sense in the big picture, right? It almost says we need to change tilted to its own space and let it have like its own progression off of the season. You're not earning gemrons, you're doing something different. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, when you have a disparity of numbers like that, it's hard to put energy into a system that is completely wrapped into the main system and it's not holding its weight. Like, I don't want to... People get offended, but it's like, just understand, these are just numbers, these are facts. These are just us looking at the data and going, okay, what's happening here?
Well, also, like, it's something you built, so, like, that... What do you mean? I know people get offended, but, like, it's your game mode. You should be most offended. I want more people playing my game mode. What the hell?
Right. And that's
So,
like, but I think everybody wants
you're
that.
on the same
just to be
page.
clear.
Like, yeah.
Like, I think everybody wants that, right? Everybody
Yeah.
wants the game mode to be successful.
For sure.
So I don't want to like put that into anybody's
Yeah.
mouth. Like, it's just really challenging continually making changes in the same direction. So that's why I say, like, after all this time, I think it's time to just take a step back, which is what's happening now. And then when the new system comes in, how can we fully evolve the system, right? And then do we ask the question of, should Royale be its own versus racing? And that's a tangible question as well. Like, I think it's valid to have these questions. And then it's just saying, what is the deployment of it? What does that look like? Because I can tell you this. The way Tilted was brought to life was an addition to the season structure because we had no other option. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, this is how the system works. This is how the game works. We're not thinking beyond those bounds because we're a tiny team moving really quickly right now. And that's just the life cycle of Tilted. And sadly, it's gotten underwhelming support over the years. So I'm aware of all that stuff and just taking that into account. So it's not an answer. It's not an answer anybody's really looking for, honestly, but that's just where my head's at with the mode. It's really frustrating, but I think just a full on revamp of everything once we get the new system out will be on the table. And just understanding we still are a small team, and it's just about letting us get to work, and hopefully we satisfy the players who are in the space and it satisfies them enough to continue growing and take them to the next level using that mode. I guess that's more of like the political the political answer, right? Like the business answer.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes that's how it is. You know?
Yeah, see, like that's another challenge. Like somebody just asked about the stuff being on the app as well. Like the app doesn't get a lot of attention because all our dev energy goes into the PC version, and there's no single dev that works on the app, and we just kind of update the app with the new season number stuff and basically push it out and make sure all the new assets are there.
Right.
That's basically what the app gets, and then every so often we update it with like a visual update or something if we get some time. But yeah, the app takes a lot of energy, and that's just another thing of like sometimes it's quite clear like we've bitten off a lot more than we could chew all at once, and so we've come to the understanding of like we got to move through this thing at our own pace and just continue plugging away at pieces of the game that we've built, and just try to get to the point where like now when we make updates, it's faster and easier to make future updates, and the system is better for us to work with. And that's where we're at. And that's where when I talk about the new modes that I'm building, it's a lot easier for me to build the modes because the tools are exposed to me, because Brendan, our engineer, was able to go in and kind of build the tools for me to work with. And that was a learning experience of itself of like, that's how we need to build, not just slapping things together. So that's our own mistake, and we're living with our own mistakes, and we just got to get through them and make them better so that we can continue building marbles and continue keeping up with all the updates. So once again, probably not the answer you want, but that's reality, and we just have a lot of work to do to continue making the system easier to develop on top of.
Heck yeah.
Do you like ball decisions?
Do I like them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
these
love
end
them.
of
I
seasons
find them
are
like-
always kind of tough just because we're yapping, you know. So we're not like
Yeah.
getting into the races. So, but I mean, I think they're good. I think people enjoy them as well. I mean, you don't get to race as much or whatever, but like that's not the point, right?
Yeah. We need to find a way to like, because I'm watching a delayed stream, right? We need to find a way that I can watch the live.
There's got to be a way, right? Like sharing in Discord, sharing the.
Well, you
screen
can
in
share
Discord.
in this call, right? That we're in the thing. Like you can send me your stream, but I just don't know how that works. Don't worry about it now. Don't try to do it, but you can.
There's just turn camera on.
But you can change the source of your camera, right? To like your screen. You're doing it. I can't believe you're doing it now.
No.
Right? Because like when I have
it's just a camera option. I'd have to look.
Yeah, there's
through
a button for me. Share your screen. I can share
under
my
the three
screen.
dots.
No, like on the bottom, there's like share my screen. There's turn camera on or
Host
off. Turn mic
disabled
on or off.
screen share.
Oh, host disabled screen share.
Remember when he said, "Let's not do this now"? But it's my fault.
Yeah.
We're continuing with it.
It's so your fault. It's all your fault.
Drippy's
dude.
layer though for Susie. Look at that.
Guest can screen share. Boom. Boom.
Okay. But the problem is everything.
We shouldn't do this now.
It doesn't have an option for OBS. Okay, so you would look at OBS though, because that's the streaming computer. Oh, and now you're all in a whack spot.
I'm here.
Yeah, I would just have to configure the thing to be different. But yeah, but you'd be able to see that way, right? Like,
Yeah.
Or yeah, okay, we would just do it that way.
But you can also copy the link of my camera and put it into your OBS and just specifically share that versus
Yeah,
the
that's
entire
what I
stream.
had. That's what I had the last time, and I guess I deleted the source. Anyway.
Oh my god, this guy.
Anyway. Oh no, what did I do? What is happening?
Oh, I don't know.
Look what you
Oh
did.
my lord.
I can't believe you
I did not
this.
do that. I
This
did
is
not.
unreal.
Don't you put this blame on me.
You guys see what Pixel
Don't
did
you-
here?
this-
Oh, okay, that's
Don't
what I
you
did.
put this blame
And
on me.
then a little bit of this. I think you were like right here, but I made you bigger. Hey, you guys got any more fun questions for us?
Yeah, I have questions if you just shushed.
Okay, shush.
Somebody mentioned they'd love for there to be no leaderboard until the end of the season, then you just show it. That's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, people like
but
stats
it's an
and
idea.
progress
It's an idea.
too much, for sure.
Maybe just hide it for yourself, and then you can show it to your and just be excited at the end.
Create a blind
I'm sure
league.
you watch the stats
Get other people
on
involved.
missions done, etc. To keep things even and fair, Crumble seems to be falling behind others in completions in the higher levels. Is there a chance of an adjustment? Probably not. I think BR missions are still heavily done. I would argue that you probably need some more balancing to shake you guys off the BR scene for a bit.
What?
So yeah, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll probably put some more
What?
reduction in the BR space.
What?
Yeah.
Forcing us onto the tilt boards?
I mean, think about this, why do you sit there with the, 10-second BRs all day?
Because it's crankable.
Exactly.
Crank me. All right, get him in. Exclamation point.
Default home tab instead of seeing the question mark tab. Yeah, I mean, like, there's all these ideas to, like, update the app and make it better. Like, I want to put a game in there. Like, I want to put a tap game in there or something. Because I think that would be fun. But
Wait, aren't there more racers than BR players, Pixel?
yes. So if I can shift, how many players are just sitting on BR just because of missions? How big can we make racing?
Oh, probably huge. This is my fault. I keep saying make racing great again. But if racing's great,
Yeah.
then I won't even miss the BRs. But then what about the BRs?
What about the BRs?
Are you going to, once racing's too big, are you going to be like, well, we got to get people back on the Battle Royales now?
Maybe. Depends on how many people are yelling about it.
That's true.
I'm telling you, if you want something done, just kind of mention the exact opposite of the thing you want done,
You dirty dog.
and I'll probably flip on you.
Yep.
Right? Just be like, oh my god, racing's too good. And I'll be like, oh yeah? Oh yeah?
You dirty dog. Here we go. Why is my ish broken? Doing too much.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything kind of extra floating in my head here.
Yeah, I had something, but it's gone.
All right, folks, all aboard! Ladies and gentlemen,
Did you
the
hear that?
JoJo
Yeah.
Express hype locomotive is now
Right on.
leaving the
Holy
station. Make sure to get your plops ready to show the conductor.
Train.
And don't forget,
Shouting. Got
absolutely
Diamante
no
shouting in my ear.
deals are allowed. Thanks again for joining us on the JoJo Express. All aboard!
Thank you guys for the train. Probably missed a bunch of stuff as we're sitting here dingling.
Well, every season, this just question came in for map builders and awards and stuff. Every season, we actually reward the top builders with 1,000 plays or 2,000 plays or more on their track. We've been giving them 125 marble money. We've been doing that for what, like 10 seasons now, at least. So, yeah, get out there and build and get those plays. Yeah, usually there's like 20 builders that get it ish.
Do you know how many builders there are in general? Like how many people build at least a map and upload it every season? Is that a stat?
I don't have that as a stat, actually. I don't.
82 dubs. GG's getting the ball decision. Am I still echoing? What's that? Ball decision.
But yeah, I guess like we want to build that into the past, like upload a track, get 1,000 plays on a track or something, right?
Yeah, there's so many different things you could throw into that.
Yeah, I think the pass can encompass everything. It can encompass like all the kind of like actions in the game, and even modes that aren't technically season-driven modes. Like we could say, go do a marble up, right? Collect 10 cows in a marble up.
Yes. Get everybody going up, finding those cows.
Who's racing for this?
82 dubs. 82 dubs.
Oh.
Any last minute questions, guys, before we call it here? We'll probably do maybe one more after this. One more ball decisions. That sound good?
Yep.
Sound good?
Fresh backdrops. Yeah, fresh skyboxes. I think one came out like four or 5 seasons ago. Maybe one will come out soon, but there's just other stuff being worked on. Once again, just small team. It's something that we want to do, but it's just getting enough stuff out.
Yep, building things ain't easy.
More streamer challenges. I would expect streamer challenges to go away and the map builder pass, whenever that comes out, to be the evolution of everything. If you've noticed, we've pulled back on challenges and kind of simplified them. It just expected to go away.
You said map builder pass, but he meant just the game pass or the marbles pass. You were thinking about the map builder and you just said map builder pass.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I meant, race pass, marble pass, whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, like the challenges, once again, was like an early implementation that just never evolved.
That's what got me in. Well, there was a handful of things, but it was a marble that I wanted on the pass,
it's a piece of it, right? Yeah. Chase the thing you want, do the task, and that's kind of like what we want to do with the pass, is do that, but across the board.
Right. More stuff to chase, more things to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, it has the speed. Huge for 82 dubs, 150 tournament coins. Let's go. GG.
Yeah, layer viewer would be amazing, like something where you can see the layers of all the layered balls and select them and equip them. Yeah. All great things that we want.
Yeah, yap it up in the Discord about all these great stuff, just so it doesn't leave Pixel's brain, you know?
Yeah, find the discussion and just keep layering on it. Express your opinion if you want it, if you don't want it, whatever it may be. Continue chatting.
All right.
No leaderboard? You know, you guys could run your own with a system like My Stats or whatever. Is create a point system in that, get all the people you wish to do that, put an incentive on that leaderboard, and hide it. And then you can do a test run of your idea to see how tangible it is. And the cool thing is if you do missions, you can almost self-fund this idea completely if you really wanted to. And say, the winner of that will get X amount of PvP. There's the incentive. And then you create your own point structure. You publicize it, but then say it's all hidden. And this way, nobody can actually see it. You tell, let's say if it's Cam, tell Cam to hide it and not make it accessible until the final day and see what that brings. If it's a tangible idea, people will grab onto it, and I'll notice, and I'll be like, oh wow, that's interesting. You got 1,000 people very interested in that, or it's not, and nobody cares about it. And that's the reality of idea building, right? Like sometimes you put stuff out there that just nobody grabs onto. That's how I used to tell people to find ideas for events, right? Is like when we used to sponsor events. It's like, how do you find, just don't just pitch me the idea, create the idea and run it and say, right? It's just like any type of investor or like whatever.
They go
right?
check it out before they invest.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what kind of traction do you already have? Like what do you got? Oh, you have an idea. Okay, cool. Like ideas are great, but can you deploy on those ideas? And then it's like, okay, well, we deployed on it and we got this much adoption from this much whatever, from this much energy being put into it, and either people are excited or they're not. And usually excitement is like bred from the inside, right? So if you really like it, if you really like the idea, chances are you're going to talk about it. You're going to share the idea. You're going to put it out there. You're going to try to make it as big as possible. And then whatever energy you put out of that, if you're excited by what came out of it, like what was kind of returned in energy, you'll be like, oh, I want to do this again, or I don't want to do this again. This was kind of a failure. And that's life. Like, and the people who are really adamant on an idea will try it multiple times in multiple different versions and adapt the idea until it gets better and better, until it grows, until it starts fostering true adoption.
You know, you hear about people that build things for years and years and years, and they're down in the trenches forever, and finally the idea pops one day and they're a millionaire, but nobody hears about them when they're down in the trenches. It's only when they popped.
Yeah. It's like they were like, oh, they barely did any work and it just popped out and they won. But it's like they just spent 7 years building it in the background without any marketing, and just they had a small community on their X or whatever, and they just talked about it, and then boom shakalaka.
Boom shaka. But yeah, I mean, just that in general, building anything is tough. And I think what it comes down to is, you know, Pixel's got to filter all his thoughts through a small team and what's going to be the best thing to deploy on. And all these ideas are constantly coming in. And, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for us streamers and creators in general. You know, viewers, maybe a viewer has, you know, Marbles brings out some ambition in them and they start streaming. You know, you never know what's going to happen down the line. But I mean, in general, there's, like we talked about with the videos and stuff and the information that's out there, there's like, and we talk about this a lot, there's a lot of opportunity out there to create with Marbles, or just with Twitch in general, to spread the information, to build things. But it is work. There's a lot of disappointment involved. But it can become something amazing if you're passionate and consistent, you know?
Don't forget to claim your drops. Yeah, this weekend they're getting crazy drops, actually. Both days, Saturday and Sunday, have the sub option for tournament coins. So if you're addicted to tournament coins like some of us, you could dive into that. And then there's a bunch of free stuff both days. Do your salutes. Clean up your mission space. Get all your cooldowns cleared. Prepare for next week.
Yeah, thanks for all the stuff, dude. All the constant drops, nonstop. How many Marble days are we at this point? Plus, on top of Marble days, like all the other ish.
Yeah, I think we're at like 180, or we're getting close to 180.
So we're getting close to year 4 then. 4 years of Marble drops.
Yeah.
4 years of Marble days.
Yeah. Which probably is every Friday. Drops at least every Friday.
Right. And then sometimes it's like all week. Sometimes there's extra days. Yeah. Like absolutely insane.
We are thinking of more ways to eat dust because we want to turn the dial. Like we want to do more drops. Mm-hmm. I think it's so fun. Like I think drops are great.
Yeah.
It's just we need more utility for what's coming out of them, and that's why I kind of pull back every so often so it just doesn't get so saturated. But yeah, I think drops, like if we could just find, because we could put out community coins all day and night. Like we could do that nonstop.
Yeah.
You get dev balls, and then those turn into dust, and you just consume dust. There's a lot of ideas, and it's just about kind of plugging them in. We have more purple stuff. There's tons of purple stuff, but yeah, there's no.
The purple
There's
will
no,
keep coming.
There's nobody on the team going, we shouldn't have any more of that color. It's just
I saw
it's
a
just
full
the art
purple
team what
loadout
they put out.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I think. I can't remember who it was. It was a good one. Everything. Pin, card, skin.
Like the art
trail,
team just
entry.
deploys. Like that's another thing to understand is like they just follow their creativity, and whatever kind of comes out of them comes out, and there's no like.
Do they
sometimes
look at the
there's a
Discord?
theme. Sorry.
Do they look at like the suggestions, or do you like look at them and send a message? Or, like...
Here and there. But yeah, sometimes they just come up with themes and then kind of slide in what they can.
I think Tom. I mean, I know Tom. I know he used to do it more. I don't know. That guy's. He's always sneaking his eyes on streams and getting ideas for things. That's another reason why I like to yap so much, either about the game or ideas I have or whatever. I never know if Pixel or somebody from the team is listening and like they're gonna like the idea and grab it, or whatever's gonna spark in their head to grab it, and yeah. And then randomly something will come out and be like, wasn't I talking about this like 3 seasons ago or something?
Yeah. I listen. I love listening.
Yeah.
I like anybody who just grabs onto the game and just talks about the game, even if it's like positive or negative, but just keeps talking about the game. It's so easy to just listen and just be like, okay, Spooo said this, and then 7 people in chat are kind of bouncing off of it. There's some positive, some negative. Okay, and then let's watch how that kind of conversation kind of plays out. And then, do I slide in there and add a little blurb that might spark further conversation about it? Like that's a gold mine that is just untapped. It's always like honestly is still to this day it's untapped, I would say, because I can't be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like
you'll create an AI bot to go around and listen to all the streams one of these days.
Oh, dude, that'd be epic.
And then it
That'd
just
be so
delivers
valuable.
you the notes, the cliff
Yeah,
notes.
deliver me the report of the day of the conversations that are being had,
that'd be
and
nuts.
then we just make decisions based on how much like reverberation is happening off those ideas. Dusk store and Dusk skins is gone. No, we're keeping it.
More
Just wanna-
dust.
I
He
wanna add
said he
more.
wants to use more, so
Yeah, I want to
we
find
can give out more drops
places.
and dust things and get more things in the dust machine, and all that stuff. So yeah, just once again, happy end of season, everybody. Off season up. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask. It was rumors are being spread of delay of launch next season, or is that just because you were maybe gonna push the update, but now the update's pushed to the next season?
There's no there's no delay. There's a delay on like the launch of the system,
Right,
which is until
okay.
59.
59 is the new system. 58 will be
Yeah.
Tuesday noon Eastern, like normal.
Yeah.
This weekend is Squad Fest. I believe it's starting at 3 with Das Babylon.
Today, right? Yeah, it's starting today.
Yep, all weekend drops. If you're new to marbles, make sure you get the app or the game and start collecting. 120 CC for Hearthstone Jesus. TC. GG's.
TC.
TC.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of stuff in general. Lots of streamers like to do stuff in the off season. Lots of marble streamers like to do stuff in general. Get out there, meet people, meet new people. We're doing our Friday night in Spooo Town tonight. We've got 3 events we like to do. One was supposed to start already, but end of season we start a little bit late. It's all good at 2, 4, and 6. Monday is my showdown, Spooo Town Showdown. Pixel, what do you got for us? Any last words?
No, I mean, like, thanks everybody. Thanks for playing marbles. Thanks for keeping keep saying the things that you're passionate about. Just because one person may not like it, or even if I don't like the idea at the time, it doesn't matter. Keep talking about the things you're passionate about and keep spreading the joy among the community and having the conversations in the Discord, outside the Discord. And we're going to keep building the game for you guys. We got lots. It's a little hurdle. The delay in the season, it's a hurdle. It's a hurdle for me. I was like super excited, but at the end of the day, the work has to get done, and we want to launch it in a stable state. So I appreciate, the overall reception to the constant communication of like delays and stuff. you guys are really supportive, and I can't express enough that like the team is very thankful about that, because the less pressure that we have on a daily basis about when, the more the team can focus and just keep building and making it better for you guys. So one more season of pain with energy, and then we will have you guys free, and we'll have a new system to play around with and lift up and get data off of, and build all kinds of new stuff for you guys. So the patience is appreciated, and I can't express enough from the team. Thank you, and thanks for playing marbles. Thanks, Spooo, for putting this on and letting us close off the season and answer questions for everybody.
Heck yeah.
And having a nice communal place to chat.
Heck yeah. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Keep talking. I'm just going to say, like, communication is the big thing, and try to stay as level-headed as possible. Things get emotional out there. It's super easy to get emotional and heated about whatever the conversation might be, marbles regarding, and, we're just humans conversing and playing marbles.
Yeah.
Pixel, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Take it easy, dude. Have a great
Peace out, guys.
end of season or off season.
Well, what was that? I can't even do that because I'll get all twisted up.
Dude, I'm wireless in the ears, and I got green pants on. Ew.
Whoa, dude! Check this out. I got shorts on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing like the under desk show.
What, just hang upside down?
Oh, do you want me to send this to you or Tiara? The list.
You have a thread in that friends Discord, right?
Yeah.
For your Spooble?
Yeah.
Would you mind putting it there, and then we could just deal with it as we can?
So Tiara then.
No, that's an us. Because I can get it, and then she can get it. Whoever's available can get it.
The fam gen chat? What?
No, the gen chat that we have with you for the Spooble.
Yeah.
Don't you have a thread?
Yeah, that's just
How do we
Tiara
give
in
out
there.
your Spoobles?
That's just Tiara in there.
No, I'm in there too. You just can't see me.
Oh.
Can't see me.
Can't see me. Okay. All right. Okay. Bam. There it is. I got more spoobs to give out tonight and some money, some cashola. Any final words after the final words?
Final words after the
final
final
words?
words. I have no final word after the final words. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tiara. Always giving out all the prizes.
Indeed. Hard worker, that one.
Unless I beat you to it.
Ooh. When's the first 17th layer?
Boogie layer.
I gotta turn up back on all the nonsense.
Hashtag soon. TM. Soon.
Do I hang up on you? You hang up on me? You hang
It's
up
always
first.
hard hanging up on you. You know that?
What?
It's hard hanging up on you.
It is. I could yap all night.
It's hard saying goodbye.
Goodbye, my friend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, dude.
Have a good stream, Spooo.
Thank
Catch
you,
you later.
man. Thank you. No, you hang up. E-Money Mattis with the hot dog. Guys, thank you. We're going to continue the day here if you want to hang out. We do our Spooble Grand Prix, a chance to earn a layer of the Spooble skin. Wait, it's not here? Wait, it's broken? Why is my GIF broken, guys? What the hell all this shit's broken. What did Pixel do? What's that? How'd you break it? Anger wants a voice. Let me shut this down and turn it back on. I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna blame the Windows updates. It's the end of season. What do we do with our lives? I'm at 37 hours. Yeah, hopefully that shouldn't matter tonight. Thanks for letting me know, though. My stream deck freaking broken. I gotta restart it. Wicked snakes. I was trying to put myself on the same level as Pixel, but I'm like 9 feet taller. Wait, it's still broken. Oh my gosh, guys, it can't be broken. I don't wanna live like this, but I don't wanna die. Is it working now? Okay, it's working. The reset worked. There it is. The Spoobble. That's what I was talking about. You can win that in the next Grand Prix coming up. No, I just restarted the whole thing. There was like frozen buttons. I don't know. My stream decks are a mess. I have 2. I might consolidate to 1. The update. Oh shit, there was an update recently, wasn't there? I got Windows updates too. Guys, thank you again for all the love. I'm sure I missed a whole bunch. Let me get those alerts back on. Wake Up, You're Dying with the 101. Apple with the 48 months. Scotland Serenity with the 68. Itty Bitty with the 100. Shag Nasty with the 8 months. All the follows coming in. Hello, hello. E-Money Madness gifting to Hoddle Hill. Let's go. Yusef rated. Thank you, Yusef. Jojo the Goaty. Catch me if you can with the sub. Thank you. Samath with the raid. Mega Shine with that 999. Okay, I'm back to where I was. J-Head, thank you. Miss Dope Sauce, thank you. All the raids, guys, thank you. We are yelling! Should I tell Goody to get me booze? I didn't tell her to get me booze. I don't know if she's gonna naturally get me booze or not. I don't wanna live like this. I don't wanna die. Okay, 7 races for the Spoobble Grand Prix. Boozing.
And the stone walls of harmony all bear witness. Anybody with a word in mind can never forgive the sight of wicked snakes inside a place you thought was dignified. I don't wanna live
Go get booze and bring us along. Oh, that could be exciting. No sounds. Yeah. I gotta turn like everything back on. Thank you for the reminders. Thanks for keeping me on track. You know I get distracted easily. All right, we'll get the redeems back on. Who's gonna be the first to drop a slot machine is a question.
I like money, though.
Money Marble! But I don't want to die.
I need it now.
So you have to click them all one by one. Wait. What happened? Did you just hum a little ditty? I hummed a little ditty. Shamboogie. Wait, is my shit broken?
Have you?
What wasn't in the usual
I
spot?
drank a beer. I drank another beer.
Bear.
Welcome to Marble Fest.
Bear.
Four beers.
Shamboogie, what's good, man?
beers.
We gotta get that
Six
17th
beers.
layer out here.
7 beers.
7,
8 beers.
8, 9, 10.
beers.
All right, let me make sure to turn this off, too. Oh, gosh, I already blew it. Ball. Local leaderboard. 30 TC1.
You blew it!
Oh, I missed your first
Ball,
message.
cock,
Gotcha.
ball.
psychic spies from China try to steal your population. And little girls from Sweden.
Oh, I didn't shut this down either. Let me shut down the YouTube.